with us. Lovely to see you again.
What a nice man he
Wasn't
was.
he? Yeah.
Didn't he speak a lot of sense?
And he says, if I can do
Yeah,
it, big company.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But all about money.
I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a parent nowadays.
No,
it's
no, mate.
terrifying.
No, mate.
It is, isn't it? How do you keep... Your children want a smartphone.
Yeah.
You give them one anyway because you want to keep in touch with them as well, and anyway they demand it. How do you then safeguard them if the big techie companies won't?
Don't know.
Okay, Pete, tell us about pensioners wanting their banks to reintroduce face-to-face services.
Great story. Old customers want return to bank tellers. Millions of pensioners want their banks to reintroduce face-to-face services. 3/4 of the customers, 65-year-olds, around 7.86 million wanted change. The campaigns are demanding the changes and they want post office kept open, banks kept open. And they said that half of the people quizzed online, people do use it, but they're frightened. They haven't got the knowledge or confidence. I've said it before on here and I'll say it again. These banks and post offices are lifelines to people. It keeps people alive, and also people are getting screwed on the phones with these people setting up bogus accounts and can easily be taken advantage of. And it's a life. I mean, now you can have a check on a phone. So you put your check on a phone. I mean, I want to go and I want to talk to somebody. I tried to get my check onto the phone. It didn't work. I went in, I spoke to somebody. What are you smiling for?
Well, no, you see, I'm all for the technology. I love it. I did a check the other day actually on the phone, but it's no good if some people can't use it.
Yeah.
So if some people can't use it, they have to be offered an alternative, don't they?
I think it's not just only pensioners, because I actually feel exactly the same way.
I was going to say that.
I don't like using internet banking, and I think aside from the point that it is absolutely right that some people don't feel confident to use it, they might not want to, you shouldn't have to. We should still have analog options available for people who don't have smartphones or don't want to have them or can't have them for whatever reason, can't afford them perhaps.
You want a human being to go and speak to.
We shouldn't force people to be reliant on tech if they don't want to.
And they want to go into the banks and pay their bills. They want to pay their bills in the post office. It's a lifeline. It's a purpose to get up in the
I'll
morning.
look after your paycheck.
I know, and you
Hey, don't you worry, I'll look after it for you.
You're married?
I'll still look after your paycheck for you.
You're just after the diamond watch again.
He's got a diamond watch, yeah, I definitely would have that. Can we talk about medieval woman, Emma, in the Telegraph?
This is a wonderful story. This beautiful photograph of a reconstruction of a medieval woman. And so this lady was, she was 700 years ago, she's been digitally reconstructed. 700 years ago, she was buried on a bed of seashells in Whithorn Priory in Dumfries and Galloway. And she was excavated in the 1950s, and the University of Bradford is using facial reconstruction technology to put together the faces of some of the people they found. And with this woman particularly, one of the academics working on this project said that it was the most symmetrical skull that they'd ever seen, suggesting that she was extremely beautiful, and that to have a skull that symmetrical, she would have had to have had a lovely childhood, so she would have been well nourished, she wouldn't have had emotional stress, she would have slept well.
She looks very similar to you.
Oh, thank you.
Can I hold it up for
You
you?
haven't seen the photograph.
Good.
I'm very flattered.
She's absolutely beautiful.
That's why she picked the story.
Like a medieval noblewoman.
Could be,
But I don't
maybe
think
even
you've had a
one.
close-up yet.
Wait.
Let's try and get a close-up.
No,
Yeah,
look at that.
she really is beautiful, yes.
Wow. Well, it's amazing how they do it. And you wonder how
I
accurate
wonder, are you absolutely...
it could actually be.
It is. It's
Excuse me.
extraordinary that they're able to do
The
this.
pensioner looks like me as well.
He does. He does, Pete. He does.
Queuing up at the post office.
Talking of being baffled by technology, and all that,
Don't.
what about the shoppers baffled by changes to store layout? Can I just say, Pete, this is in the Times, my local Sainsbury's has just reorganised its shelving.
Yeah,
I can't find a thing.
No.
Cannot find a thing.
but they do it on purpose. I don't care what they say. They do it on purpose anyway to make you go round to buy more. I've been in many times to buy a pint of milk and come out with a basket full.
Yeah.
So the supermarket shoppers I've been left baffled and annoyed by the changes in the store layout, which have got to be made now. The changes are hastily being reorganising in there because they've got to place food that's deemed high in fat, salt or sugar. And there's points given for if they're unhealthy. Retailers have already spent hundreds of millions of pounds changing the store around, and now you've got to go and look for unhealthy food which is tucked away. It's a bit like, I think, the magazines on the top rack. You can't get it when it's up there. I think it's terrible. I went looking for some garlic beads the other day and came out.
Garlic beads.
Garlic beads, yes.
Oh.
They're beautiful in oil, great to cook with. Because you know I was a chef. That's another story. But I went looking for these garlic beads. I was an hour in the supermarket.
Yes,
Crazy.
Sometimes
Yeah.
things, can't you?
It's crazy. Like on the pet aisle now, they've got the cat litter is round the other side.
By the way,
I'm going to come and see the manager. I'm going to have words.
Well, lots are very confused.
It says confusion over obesity. There is a lady, bless her, and I won't say which store it is, big store. She uses the one of the electric,
Yeah.
and then walks off. Right.
Yeah, oh well, so it's like an episode of Benidorm, isn't it? There you go. Look, we need to leave it there. Pete, Emma, it's been good to see you
Thank
both
you
this
so
morning.
much.
Thank you very much indeed.
See you.
Don't go anywhere. All the top stories heading away and lots of dog news, actually, after the weather.